What's going on, guys? How are we all doing? Welcome back to True Gunners TV. That's right, it is transfer deadline day, or if you're an Arsenal fan, it's just Friday. I'm absolutely seething, by the way, so another rant is incoming, so make sure you stay tuned. We're going to delve into Mikel Arteta's press conference for the Man United game as well. But transfer deadline day, and Arsenal have sold Rob Holding. £4 million we got for him. I thought we protected his value by giving him a new contract. Or was he always worth £4 million? Yeah? Oh, forget the fact that we need 3 players, minimum. Forget that, right? But we've still got Deadwood at the football club. What on earth is this fucking clown, Edu Gaspar, doing, by the way? Yeah? What's this fucking idiot here doing? Edu Gaspar? Part of your job is to sell players. We know that we cannot sign players due to FFP. It was made very clear when we signed David Raya that we cannot buy players due to FFP unless we sell first. So what has this prick been doing the entire transfer window? What has he been doing? He should have been getting rid of these players quicker than what he has done. And now we're left to what? The last couple of hours? We ain't getting no one, guys. Nobody. And that was confirmed in the press conference today by Mikel Arteta. So I suggest you all get your seatbelts on, get strapped in, because it's going to be another failure of a season this season, because we do not have a good enough squad to compete on all fronts. We do not have a good enough squad to go out there and win the Premier League, which, by the way, was everybody's expectation at the beginning of the season. I've seen idiots coming out after bloody MLS All-Stars, after beating Man City in the Community Shield. Oh, yeah, we closed the gap. Oh, yeah, we're going to win the league now. Let's hope that they have the same energy when it all falls apart, because it's going to happen. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I am fuming that Arsenal have not entered the transfer window to go and address this defensive situation more than anything else. That actually leaves us with, a 22-man squad. A 22-man squad, which is what the manager said in his press conference that he wanted, because he had far too many players. In fact, no, it leaves us with a 25-man squad. I'm lying, right? 3 goalkeepers, 8 defenders, 8 midfielders, and 6 attackers. Yeah? 25-man squad. Cool. Yeah? Cool. Let's take a look at the defenders that we have in that 8. Tomiyasu. Injury prone as fuck. Cannot keep himself fit for any more than 10 games. Zinchenko. Injury prone as fuck. Cannot keep himself fit for any more than 10 games. Saliba. Gabriel, who's currently doing up bench and nobody knows why. Kivior. Timber, who's out injured till March. Walters. And Ben White. That's our 8. So when you really break this down, Tomiyasu at some point this season will be out injured. Zinchenko at some point this season already has been injured, but he will be out injured again because these guys cannot keep fit. That leaves us with Timber already out injured. So that leaves us with a kid from the academy, Kivior, Saliba, Gabriel, and Ben White. So what happens if one of them get an injury? Then what? What have these clowns done? Seriously, the transfer window started so promisingly as well. We signed Declan Rice. We signed Yuri and Timber. We signed that fucking giraffe, Kai Havertz. Now, whatever people say about him, we did big business. We went out, we put the £65 million down, and we went and got him. And now, by no stretch am I happy with that signing. And the proof is in the pudding on the football pitch. But this manager has been backed with a lot of money. And we have come out of this transfer window weaker. How can you spend £240 million in a transfer window and come out of it weaker than what you was last season. How does that make sense? Make it make sense. Somebody. Because I cannot understand this. As soon as Jurrien Timber gets an injury, you enter the transfer market and you go and get a replacement. Especially knowing that you was willing to let Kieran Tierney leave. You was willing to let Rob Holding leave the football club. Let Nuno Tavares go. Now, I have no issues with Nuno Tavares and Rob Holding leaving the football club because they should have left a long time ago. But the fact that we haven't brought in a replacement, the fact that we are now left with 5 defenders that can actually stay fit throughout the season, and the other 3, one of them's an academy player and the other 2 can't stay fit. What on earth makes anybody think we are winning the league this season? And yes, I am upset. Whoopee fucking do. People get in the comments and get at me. Fine, by all means. But you're getting a rude awakening this season. A rude awakening because we ain't winning nothing. Oh, but we got a favourable draw in the Champions League. Yeah, does anybody think we're beating Real Madrid over 2 legs? Does anybody think we're beating Manchester City over 2 legs? Does anybody think we're beating Bayern Munich over 2 legs when we eventually get out of the group? If we get out of the group. And people will look at me and go, how can you say we won't get out of that group? This manager has knocked us out against Olympiacos, Sporting Lisbon and Villarreal. How can anybody be confident with anything right now? He's playing Thomas Partey at right back, which, by the way, is going to be a continual thing this season. At some point throughout the season. We may even see that this weekend. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter. We'll just move on to next season. We're only in phase 4. Dickheads, mate. Absolute dickheads. And I've got receipts from every single one of you that turn around and said, we're winning the league this season. We're winning the league this season. Meh, 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 meh. Man City are weaker. Meh, meh, meh. This, that, and the other. Receipts. And when I release them receipts, when this all falls apart, because it will, I'm expecting the same energy from you lot. Start holding the standards of the football club in the place that they should be. Start holding the standards of the football club as the 3rd biggest club in the country, not some little tin pot piss poor club that hasn't won anything in 20 years of note. A few FA Cups here and there. What does that actually do for us? Oh, but if we get top 4, yeah, we qualify for a competition that we're never going to fucking win. Dickheads. I've had enough. I'm fed up. I'm pissed off and I'm fuming about the fact that we've left it till transfer deadline day. And I didn't come out with this energy yesterday, right? When we was doing the match preview for the Man United game. Because there was a sliver of hope there. Sliver of hope that Arsenal would actually enter the transfer window today and address a situation that we've put ourselves in. And nobody can sit there and say the manager isn't to blame, because the manager could have kept hold of Kieran Tierney as depth. Even if people didn't want him to start, he could have kept hold of Kieran Tierney. He could have kept hold of one of these players. But he didn't. Why is El Neni still at the club? 2016, this guy signed for Arsenal. It's big 2023. And this guy is still at the football club. But it's okay for El Neni. He's a nice guy. Fuck nice guy. I want players that are going to win. Not these pussyholes who just, we'll play well for half a season. We'll play well for half a season. But when it gets to the important part of the season, we'll just let it slip. Ridiculous. Our football club is in the mud. Deep in the mud. Quicksand even. Because football fans that support this club are unwilling to hold the club accountable for its actions. And I'm not just talking about the manager, I'm talking about Edu, I'm talking about the owners, because they don't demand success either. I'm talking about the players, I'm talking about the fans, I'm talking about everyone. Fuming. Anyway, guys, we're going to get into the manager's press conference because, what he said in the press conference today confirms a lot of what I've just said. So let's delve into that real quick and then we'll go into your comments. So, Mikel Arteta, before our game against Manchester United at the Emirates Stadium on Sunday, Mikel Arteta faced the media at London Colney to preview the game. The boss was asked about transfers, Eddie Nketiah's England call-up, Manchester United, the Champions League draw, tactical changes, and more. Here we go. Let's start this. So, here is everything he had to say. So, on following Balogun, Nuno Tavares and Kieran Tierney leaving the football club, we're working together to find the best possible solutions, and we found them. Okay, Mikel. So is the best possible solution to sell arguably your best left back at the football club? In fact, not even sell him. Loan him out for a season when you have no strength in depth in defence. Good one, mate. Oh, was it a good solution to sell following Balogun for £34 million when initially you wanted 50 million, which I think in this day and age is a reasonable price? And you're looking at a team we're about to play this weekend that signed a player for £72 million that scored 11 goals last season. Following Balogun did it in the French league. He was 6, 7, 8 goals behind Mbappe? But yet Man United are willing to pay £72 million for Højlund, but we can't even get 50 million for Balogun. Nuno Tavares, I couldn't give a shit about, to be perfectly honest with you. I think the players are happy and the club did some good business. Interesting, Mikel. Well done, mate. On Balogun's transfer, we didn't have space for him in the squad to give him the minutes that he needs. He was doing well last year in his loan period. He's evolving the right way and wanted a chance to continue developing his career. Well, maybe, my friend, if you gave him a few opportunities in pre-season, that might have convinced him to stay. But oh no, we haven't got space for him in the squad. Eddie, you carry on, sunshine. And look, I'm not getting on at Eddie because Eddie's actually probably been Arsenal's best player so far this season. And that's saying something. But how long does it last for with Eddie Nketiah? He's going to a really good club that has huge experience of developing talent, and as everybody knows. So I'm really happy for him as well. Honestly. On whether he's excited about transfer deadline day, for me, it will be serene. I don't have to do much more work. We're trying to finalise a few things. That basically means we're finalising outgoings. Yeah. We're not signing anybody because I don't have to do anything. Idiots. Honestly. On a positive, on Eddie Nketiah's England call-up, I'm so pleased. If someone deserves to be in the England squad, it's him. An academy player that has had some moments when his pathway wasn't very clear and he had to fight. I love his mentality, his work rate, how much he loves the game, and how hard he fought to be recognised at that level. In this country, to play there is phenomenal. So I'm happy for him. Of course he is. Teacher's pet. And whether he takes personal pride on that, everybody has been involved in his development, feels extremely proud to be on that journey with him. Well, you're not the only player who's brought Eddie Nketiah into the team. In fact, I believe he made his debut when Arsene Wenger was here. So don't even think about taking all the credit for that. Everyone that has been at the academy with him has been on that journey. His family, everyone is proud of him. So it's a really nice moment for him. Big up Eddie Nketiah as well, by the way, just to put that out there, because he has been arguably Arsenal's best player so far this season. And people know I don't rate this guy. But big up to him. Yeah, and well done for getting the England call-up. I'm putting down a marker against Manchester United. We know the history between the two clubs and the games that we had in the past. They were a really good example, so it's going to be a really competitive match and a big battle on Sunday. Obviously, we want to come away from that with 3 points. Well, no, Mikel, we have to come away from that with 3 points. Yeah, because when I eventually get into the rest of your press conference and you say that you're happy with the squad, we have options. Yeah, there's no fucking reason why we should be losing to Manchester United at home this weekend, then, is there? On this game being an early indicator of title credentials, I don't know. I think it's too early in the season. We all want to win games. We all want to play the best possible way. That's not going to dictate, but it gives you momentum and belief. Before the international break, it's very important to finish well and win your game and go into September with another block of games on a high. I agree. On why it's a high-scoring fixture against Man United, well, first of all, the quality of the players. There are a lot of top offensive players in the two teams, and it is probably the approach of both teams, the way we want to play. There were some errors involved, which hopefully we can eradicate as well. Normally, it's a very entertaining fixture. Here we go. Perfect question on whether last season has raised the expectation levels. Not for the fan base, because they're happy with the transfer window. It has raised the level of every single thing that we do every year, and we have to demand much more of each other to be better. And when you see the reaction when you draw a match, I think it's a great indicator of where you want to be and the levels that you put to yourself. Do you know what? Big up Mikel. Well said. Yeah? He ain't shying away. Everybody wants to give him a pass. Everybody wants to go, it's okay, Mikel. Oh, get it out for me, Mikel. When in reality, what he wants is he wants the pressure. He wants the fan base to demand more. But these lot are too bloody focused on, we can't criticise Mikel. Oh, we can't do that. Idiots. On how happy he is with our performances this season. Really happy. Jesus Christ. Have we been watching the same games, Mikel? Seriously. I said against Fulham, and I have watched the game twice. Then we played 10 times better, 6 or 10, but we definitely played much better. But it's all about results. One thing is to play really well. The other thing is to compete really well. And what we didn't do when we had to compete in certain moments is the best possible way to do that. We played 10 times better. I reaffirm that to you again. Well, maybe we compete better, mate, if you put players in their actual positions. On tactical changes this season, I think we discussed formations in different way. In the other game, there were 36 different formations in the match. Against Man City, there were 43. So I don't know what formation you're talking about. For me, it's something very different. What does that even mean, Mikel? What does that even mean? 43 different formations. What is he on about? Seriously, what is he on about? He's playing it coy, isn't he? He knows exactly what the guy in the press conference is asking. He's basically asking, why the fuck are you playing Thomas Partey at right back? And why is Gabriel sat on the bench? Excuse me. And why he's changed the defence this season? Oh, this will be interesting. I haven't actually seen this press conference, by the way, guys. The personnel is different. We played differently against Man City. And there were 43 different structures in different phases. structures, phases. Just pick the best 11, mate. Yeah? Why? Gabriel, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty certain Gabriel played against Manchester City. Why is he not playing now? I'm pretty certain that Ben White played at right back. Why is he not playing right back now? Talking about 43 different structures and different phases. Who gives a shit, mate? Pick the best team to win the game. We can all name that team. Every morning I come from my house to Colney. This is weird, by the way. Sometimes I leave at 6 and I need to wipe the windscreen because it's icy. And at 6 o'clock, normally I go down one road because it's faster. Now it's 20 miles an hour. So sometimes I take a back road and then I go on the M25. But depending on if it's a school ride, then I take one exit. If it's after 7 o'clock, I take a different exit. One day I have a flat tire, and what do? You have to replace it and take a different road because the garage is there. So every game is a different story. Why talking riddles, Mikel? Why not just say, oh, yeah, I played Thomas Partey at right back and I've put Gabriel on the bench because I'm trying to do something a little bit different to fix the issue that I've created by allowing Kieran Tierney and excessive others to leave the football club without any replacements coming in. Why not just say that? What's all this about an icy car and this road and that road? Honestly, honest to God. And if he's tempted to use the same team as last season, I cannot do that. I have different players. Zinchenko was injured. Granit is not here. Well, duh. So how can I do that unless I bring them back? I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be different because it's a different season. And that's the beauty of the thing that I enjoy most. That it's new and we can do much, much better on a lot of things. Wow. Pick Kai Havertz on Sunday. We'll see, won't we? On whether Zinchenko will be involved on Sunday. He's a really important player, but so is Urian. Okay. So Urian Timber's such an important player that you haven't bothered to replace him. But he's an important player. What he was given us in those first few games was incredible, but he's not there. So we have to do something else. And if we have another injury, we have to do something else. And if Bukayo is not there, we'll have to do something else. We're not idiots, Mikel. We know that. So the M25 won't be good enough. Maybe we take another route. But if I speak to a taxi driver who's learnt the whole of London for 20 years, I know nothing compared to him because he will tell me all the streets and the options there are. What? I'm confused. I am confused. This guy talks in riddles, mate. And whether he's surprised that Ben White is not in the England squad, Ben has been incredible since the start of the season again. Well, I don't know about that, Mikel. But what I do know is he plays a damn lot better as a right back than he does a centre back. We know that he was there, and what happened is totally down to Gareth Southgate and him to make that decision. But he certainly has the level, and he has shown that for the last few years. He certainly showed it last season. I don't know about the season before that. On Emil Smith-Rowe's future, he has a role like everyone else does, which is to give his best to make the team better. He should be ahead of Kai Havertz, my friend. On the Champions League draw, first of all, it was great to see it. I was there with my kids. They were betting on it, and it was great fun. It's what it is. We don't have any say on it, but there are some beautiful games to play, some very difficult matches as well, and we are looking forward to starting the journey. Well, we're going to have to play a lot better than we have done in the first 3 games, that's for sure. And whether it makes him more excited for the competition, for sure. We were waiting for it to understand who we are playing, and once we get the pictures and dates, we can prepare for those games. And whether Arsenal can win it this season, well, we are participating, so we have a chance. But let's start with the first game and see where we get. On why he didn't go into the transfer market after Jurrien Timber's injury. Here we go. Well, we've done quite a lot. Okay, Mikel, so we've done quite a lot. So we've signed 4 players, 4 first team senior players, let's just call them, and we've let 3 go. So we haven't done that much, really, have we? Let's be honest. We have a lot of uncertainty over a lot of players as well. So we have to be very cautious and find alternatives and ways. Sometimes you want to do everything that is needed, but sometimes it's not possible and we have to adapt. How many years have we heard this for, guys? From Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. The excuses coming out already. There is no reason why we shouldn't be entering the transfer market to replace Jurrien Timber, even if that meant not getting David Raya. What is more important right now? And if players had to leave before we could bring in more, yes, but then we could go and buy another 3 players and somebody gets injured long term. It's just not possible. Sorry, say that again. Yes, but then we could go and buy another 3 players and somebody gets injured long term. It's just not possible. How does that make sense again, mate? We've got a long-term injury. We need somebody to come in. So did we have to sell players first before we could buy? Or could we actually go out and buy players? Again, this guy with his answers goes around the houses all the time. On Rasmus Højlund, I prefer not to speak about players. He's a huge talent and everyone is talking really highly of him, and he will have to prove that in this league. I ain't bothered about the Højlund thing. On the decision he has to make with his striker selection, now Eddie Nketiah has been called up for England. No, I don't see it that way. I just see pride there, and it's something that's happened for a reason. The way he pushes everybody, the way he pushes himself every single day to be the best he possibly can. And that's the headache he gives us for every single day. I said it when we played against Man City that he did it. I'm sure he has done it with everyone that he's been with, under 18s, under 19s, blah, blah, blah. He's going to do the same with every team. We'll skip through the Emil Smith Rowe. On whether all players can play multiple formations. Every player has to do it. Unconsciously, it's possible, but every player has to do it. Some of them do it consciously, unconsciously, provoking the right thing, making the right decision, and others, they just do it naturally, and they are in the wrong position a lot. That happens in the game. That's a fact. And whether that's a new thing in football, it depends a lot on the opposition. Against Man City, there were more because they changed formation more. So there's a lot of sequences of play that permitted more structures. So it's different. Okay. Well, clearly you know a bit more than that. A bit more about that than me, Mikel Arteta. So I'll let you off with that one. Listen, guys, I'm going to get into your comments section because there's 39 of you watching. Make sure you slap in the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. We are not that far away from 2,000 subs. So if we can get there, that would be very much appreciated. Look, I've gone on a long-ass rant, but I want to get your guys' thoughts and feelings on basically everything that I've been talking about. Because for me, it's not good enough. It's simply not good enough. And I'm fuming about the lack of transfers on today. David James, are you Arteta out? Yes, I am, my friend. Yes, I am. Until he wins a major honour, which is something that he should be doing now that he's 4 years into a job, spent the money that he's spent. And look, he basically said he's happy with the squad. So I expect major trophies this season then. That was the expectation at the beginning of it. I expect you to go out and compete and win a major honour this season. If it doesn't happen, sack him. Sack him. But I already know it's not going to happen. I've got my seatbelt on. I'm ready for the ride. I'm ready for the failure to hit the door yet again. Because we all know that Manchester City are winning everything again this season. Because they're the only team in the Premier League that has actually gone out there and invested well in this transfer window. The rest of us, we're all a joke. Liverpool, joke. Tottenham, joke. Arsenal, joke. We started out really well, and then we're going to fucked it up. Man United, Reguilon, really? Get some signings in, says Niall. Look, we ain't getting nobody, bro. I've already accepted that. Footy Chats is in here as well. Big up Brandon and the chat. Let's cook these frauds on a slow burner. Look, they're getting cooked, mate, this season. They're getting cooked this season. I ain't holding back this season. I'm a Wolves fan, but love your channel along with Lee Gunner, Northside, etc. Big up David. I appreciate that. AFTV are frauds. AFTV, they get worse and worse. We'll see if they uphold the standards that they set the football club this season. Because if not, there's always Fan Zone, and I will go on there and cook them. Nobody is safe this season, I'm telling you. Yes, Brandon Mates is Kev. Hello, Megan. How are we doing? We've got Shane in the building as well. Fuad, party could be out on Sunday. Whoa, hey, it's already started. Look, it's already started. Party could be out on Sunday. So we've got 8 defenders. One of them's a youth kid. 2 of them can't stay fit for more than 10 games. The other one's already injured long term. And we're relying on Thomas Partey to play right back as cover. And now he's going to be out injured. But we haven't been left short, guys. No, not at all. Not at all. Everybody's, oh, yeah, it's a good transfer window. This transfer window is at best a 3 out of 10. 3. Maybe a 4 at a push. Anything above a 4, you're lying to yourselves. We needed a striker. We didn't get one. We needed cover for Bukayo Saka. What, is he going to play 64 games this season? That's if we go far enough in all competitions. Again, you're going to burn this kid out. Going to risk it again. Because Reece Nelson ain't good enough. And even if he is, he can't stay fit either. And then the defence, well, good luck. Good luck. You're an Arsenal fan, Megan. No, Megan is a Man City fan. Take good care of Tommy Doyle for me, please. Hopefully he has a great loan season. Kevar says, mate, why did we lose the title last season? Because of a thin squad. We all knew we needed to add numbers, not deplete them. We've brought 5 players and sold/loaned 10. I'm perplexed. You and me both, my friend. You and me both. And I said this at the beginning of the season. We are not performing good enough. Arteta is trying too hard to fix an issue that he should have addressed in the transfer market. Right? We had a thin squad last season. That's what people used as an excuse for us not winning the league when we was 8 points clear with 8 games to go. You can accept that because William Saliba's injury did affect us. But what are they going to say now? What are they going to say now? This football club's ambitions are clear as day to see to everyone. We don't want league titles. We don't want trophies. We're happy being that plucky loser that qualifies for the top 4 every fucking year. And I am sick and tired of it. When are we going to start actually competing to win trophies? Major trophies. Big up yourself, Kev, by the way. Man City fan who got Nunes, yes. Man City should walk the title. Man City will walk the title, my friend. I guarantee Man City win this league title by a minimum of 10 points this season. Party could be out on Sunday's game. Zinchenko ain't 100% for Sunday either. The cracks are already appearing. I'm convinced Mikel Arteta is a secret agent for Pep to keep winning, keep us in the dumps, just so his buddy can keep dominating the league. I want this fraud gone now. F the season. You've ruined it already. Couldn't have said it better myself. Of those 5 players brought in, 2 are goalkeepers. 1 is a defender who's out for the season, and 1 is Kai Havertz. Absolutely shambolic. Shambolic. Can't believe Zinchenko said Thomas Partey is clear of Rodri. I know. Don't worry, Brandon. Arsenal fans have said your transfer window is a rating a 9 or an 8. Well, whichever are so-called Arsenal fans you're listening to or speak to you, Megan, send them my way so I can cook them and tell them what the real standards of Arsenal Football Club should be. 8 or 9 out of 10 for this transfer window. Are they actually on a wind-up? And this is what I hate. We've got dickheads like that in this transfer window, in this fan base. This is the reason why we don't win anything. He's got to say that to keep the top gooners on side with the manager and the team. Top gooners, yeah. I agree with you, Brandon, says Shane. 4 out of 10 window for me, Brandon. In a nutshell, we have thinned our squad, upgraded Xhaka and got a better backup goalkeeper. We ain't doing F all this season. 5th or 6th, absolute shambles this window. I don't think we'll finish as low as 5th or 6th, but we are in a top 4 battle this season. I don't care what anybody says. Anybody says. Arteta is weak. Bro, a 12-year-old, could have done a better job in last January transfer window to strengthen the squad. What can I say? Why is there never a decisive plan in the players we buy? Was Havertz essential? Was Ray essential? A centre forward, another centre mid, and a right back was much more essential. £65 million wasted on a bum. Exactly. And this is exactly it. People are not with this Kai Havertz signing anyway. Now that you haven't addressed what you needed to address in this transfer window, that Kai Havertz signing is going to stand out even more. Because if this guy doesn't perform and he continues playing in the way that he has done, he's created a problem for himself. And look, I don't care. Because the sooner that he leaves, the sooner the football club can actually move on. And maybe, just maybe, some of the Arsenal fan base will start to wake up and realise this ain't fucking acceptable. But until that happens, we'll continue on in the trenches, guys. In the trenches. CK Gaming says, I'm furious. You and me both, my friend. Partey injured again. What can I say? Arteta was waffling a lot today. Yeah. And look, Arteta, I don't remember him talking in riddles at all last season in any of his press conferences. But the season before that, riddle. Seems to me like this guy only ever talks in riddles when he knows he's under pressure. And he can't hack it. and he doesn't have another answer. So he tries to perplex your brain by coming up with some sort of, oh, I'm just going to skirt round it by saying this. That don't wash with me. Let's bet on what the excuses will be when it all goes tits up this season. I'm going to go with Timber's injury affected Arteta's plans for the entire season. Yeah, we already know that one's coming, my friend. Have we made around £75 million from players we've sold this window? Xhaka, Trusty, Turner, Balogun, and now Holding. Yeah, 75 million from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. That's such poor business. It really is. Today was a lot, man. I switched off the TV. Wait, he said we don't have space for Balogun. That's a sackable offence. Told you guys, he don't want Balogun. He didn't want Balogun because we've got Eddie. Eddie Nketiah is going to be the rescue. Eddie Nketiah is going to be our saviour. Do me a favour. In other words, he showed passion, so Arteta had to get rid. He doesn't like passion or people who stand up to him. Exactly. The guys are, what can I say? We are doomed with this clown of a manager. 100%. Arteta needs to go. He keeps falling out with players. Aubameyang, Pepe, ESR, Tierney, Gabriel. Soon he will lose the whole dressing room. It's coming. It's coming. Because I guarantee people now, by the end of this season, Mikel Arteta will be gone. And it will be either off his own accord or he will be sacked. Telling you now. I am telling everyone now. We're fucked now. Well done, Edu, for the backdoor Arteta sacked pending. 43 different formations. The guy has lost the plot. What can I say? What can I say? Did Arteta make you ill, Brandon? I mean, when you support this football club, Megan, it stresses you out, and stress tends to make you ill. But I'm not actually ill. I'm a smoker. Shouldn't smoke, but I'm a smoker. And unfortunately, when you're on 20 a day, this is what happens. You get a bit of a cough, a bit of a smoker's cough. It is what it is. 43 different phases. We're on phase 4, you mug. I can't go another 39 phases. Are you mad? Exactly. Arteta is making Pep grow his hair back. Well, Pep's definitely, chilling right now. He's probably sat in his living room laughing. We're going to walk this league title. Walk it. No problem at all. Arsenal won't get close. And the rest of the teams, they're all a joke as well, so they won't get close. He could walk this league with his eyes shut. In fact, I'll say it here and now. Man City could walk this league without Haaland. Even if Haaland had a long-term injury to keep him out for the entire season, Manchester City would still walk this league title. People whose actions and words don't match have a disconnect with their thinking, which is reflected in their actions and words. Arteta fits the narrative. Arteta likes the sound of his own voice, says Neil. Big up yourself, Neil. Oh, we've got Matthew back in the building. Let's see what Matthew's got to say. Come on, Matthew. Brandon, but who coached Ben White to play right back? Who was the person that made our so-called best 11? Also, so do you believe that the next manager that comes, Arsenal instantly win the league? Well, let me just tell you this, my friend. I am not for any moment suggesting rip it up and start again. I am saying, very simply, we have a good enough, probably not a good enough starting 11. We're probably 1 or 2 players away from having a good enough start 11 to actually compete, possibly win the league, right? Our bench is a joke. And the fact that the manager has gone out, and Edu has gone out and got rid of more players than what we have signed this season, when a clear and obvious error that we made last season was the lack of squad depth. We now have less squad depth than what we had last season. Make it make sense, Matthew. I don't care about, who coached Ben White to play right back. Well, he couldn't keep him at centre back because he's not good enough at centre back. So he had to find a solution. And well done. He found a solution. That's one player. The rest of it I couldn't care less about. He won the FA Cup with players that are not even here anymore. Now he's got his own players. What has he fucking done? Nothing. Come on. Come on, Matthew. Seriously, man. Bro, he's talking about roadmaps in a press conference. I can't deal with this much waffle. Lego head Arteta is losing the plot. Speaking in riddles, he needs a shrink. Let's go through a few more of these. Megan says, what the fuck is he on? Brandon, you are crying why we are not playing our best 11. You do realise the system we played last season revolves around Zinchenko. So if he is injured, we can't play our old system. Okay. And yeah, you're right. It does revolve around Zinchenko. So if you can't play Zinchenko and you can't play the system that works, then you go out in the transfer market and buy somebody who can play that system. I.e., we went out, we got Urine Timber, he got injured. Unfortunate. But guess what, bro? That happened 3 weeks ago. We've had 3 weeks to address this, and we've sat on our hands and did nothing. That's why I'm angry. That's why I'm annoyed. It's not even about Zinchenko. It's not about our starting 11. It's not about any of that. It's about the fact that this guy has tore up everything that was good about Arsenal last season. Because we failed to go into the transfer market and address the situations we needed to address. And now we are left short. But let me tell you something, Matthew. You are in for a rude awakening this season. We're not winning anything. Evening, I've been busy today. Ain't got time to follow Arsenal. This is it. Matthew, stop sucking up to Arteta. He's not a good manager. Brandon, you're such a hypocrite. You claim you're not enjoying the football Arsenal are playing and the performances, yet you want Simeone, who plays crap football. Simeone won 7-0 the other day, my friend. Simeone beat a team in La Liga that hadn't conceded a goal all season, and he slapped them for 7. The truth is, right, I don't care who comes in. I haven't got a clue who comes in, and I couldn't care less who comes in. We need to start winning trophies, and this isn't just Mikel Arteta. If Arsenal went out tomorrow and said, Arteta, you're sacked. Simeone, you're in. Guess what? Simeone would get 2 seasons to win a major honour at Arsenal, or I'd want that guy out the door and all. Because it's all about winning. Get that in your heads. Winning. Doesn't matter if it's Arteta. Doesn't matter if we went and got Sir Alex Ferguson. Doesn't matter if we nicked Pep Guardiola from Manchester City. You got 2 seasons. The first season, I'll give you a pass. I gave Mikel Arteta a pass in the first season. Second season, you win. End of. End of. We've waited far too long for this. Far too long, and people are still making excuses. I don't get it. I don't understand. Why? For Arteta, Edu, and our delusional fan base are a disgrace. How can you cry about losing the title race on squad depth, then do worse next season? Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Listen, guys, make sure you're slapping up the likes. There's 49 of you in here. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. We will be holding the standards up here, whether people like it or they don't. I have receipts. I don't care. People are getting cooked this season. People are getting cooked. Partey had enough and faked his injury. Edu is a sly and a clown. Facts. 40 likes, says Steve. Big up yourself. Jay says Carlo Ancelotti. What can I say? But again, the same standard is applied to him. 2 seasons. 2 seasons. You don't win anything, out. Brandon, your board has been invested so much in Arteta. The board, Josh, has backed Arteta. He will be at Arsenal for at least 5 years. Players like Rice and Saka will fall apart if he goes. Why would they fall apart? Please, Robin, explain this to me. Everybody calls Bukayo Saka a world-class player. Yeah? If Bukayo Saka is such a world-class player, he wouldn't fall apart if a fucking manager left the football club. Just the same as Declan Rice. Honest to God. Honest to God. These people. Seriously. Isn't Simeone a better option? You can name me more. Who else we got in here then? Chatting absolute rubbish. Oh, we've got Johnny in here. Big up Johnny. We didn't sign one outfield player since July 15th. Disgusting. I couldn't agree more, my friend. I couldn't agree more. I would back my best option. I don't see a better one than Arteta, who's risen us from our frog bond and gave us our first title charge in a while. If you tell me a better option, I am with you. I can name any manager on the planet, Johnny, and you'd still go, oh no, we'll stick with Arteta. Oh no, we'll stick with Arteta. Just because he's got us in a... Guess what? Guess what, Johnny? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had Man United in a title race. They finished second. Brendan Rodgers had Liverpool in a title race. They finished second. Would you take any of their managers right now? No, you wouldn't. So what is so great about Arteta? Please make it make sense, man. Yeah? Make it make sense. If Haaland got injured, we'd still have Alvarez, so most likely. How many formations did we play against Man City? 43, apparently. This guy, I tell you, this guy. Who else we got in here? Simeone, if he comes with his shit football, he will be a Conte for us back to 8th, Brandon. Please don't screw us up and throw us next to Tottenham in the history book. Well, while I agree with some of your statement, Simeone does play the negative style of football in a similar fashion to what Antonio Conte played. What makes you think that will send us back to 8th? What makes you think that? He's there to win. George Graham, yeah, We used to win games 1-0 all the time. He didn't play this expansive, sexy football. But guess what? We won, which is what the game is all about. Antonio Conte, for as poor as he did at Tottenham, he won a league title for Chelsea. Jose Mourinho won league titles at Chelsea, won Europa League at Manchester United. And up until last season, they hadn't won a trophy since he'd left. These are winning managers. I am sick and tired of going through a process of 5-6 years with the same manager, spending in excess of £200 million every single summer transfer window, just to end up failing again and again and again and again. But like I said, he has this season, Mikel Arteta, and seems as he's happy with the squad, and he didn't feel any need to go into the transfer market to address the Timber situation, to address Bukayo Saka's lack of cover, to address the fact we need a striker, to address the fact that maybe we need another centre midfielder because Kai Havertz is crap. I'm expecting what I expected at the beginning of the season. Arsenal to challenge for a league title, to go far in the Champions League, and to win a trophy this season. That don't happen. Any one of them three things don't happen. Are you really advocating to keep him, Johnny? Really? Robin says, Brandon, I meant the only reason Rice and Saka are at Arsenal is because of Arteta. If he goes, Saka and Rice will leave. What makes you say that, my friend? Arsenal are a big football club. Yes, Mikel Arteta might have been the one to convince the players to join. What makes you think they'll leave? Saka and Rice will leave Arsenal Football Club anyway in the next 2 or 3 years if we don't win anything between now and then. Them two players will leave the football club anyway. They will. Mark my words, whether Arteta is here or not. So, you know, it's all well and good saying that, my friend, but I'm looking forward to UEFA Champions League with Arsenal. I expect Arsenal to finish second in the group at very least, and Lens is near relegation. Started poor, PSV good, hammered Rangers 5-1, should beat them. No, not second in that group, Steve, is not acceptable. That group, we should be winning comfortably. And if he cannot do that, God forbid. Seriously, God forbid. Michael says, Oxford Circus season, Arsenal. What can I say? Odegaard could go also. Martinelli if we remain trophyless. Exactly. And then Footy Chat says, hit the like button and subscribe, people. Make sure you're doing that, please. We're so close to 2,000 subscribers. You know, we need to get there, guys. We need to get there. It's the next milestone. Let's do that. Of course, we've got a big game on Sunday. Again, he's happy with the squad. We can play 43 different formations. Yeah. In 39 phases of play, whatever it is. So we should be comfortably beating Manchester United on Sunday then, shouldn't we? No excuses. Man United have been poor this season. Worse than us. But they can't play 39 different formations in 33 different phases. They ain't got an icy car driving down one road just to go to the next road and then the M25. They ain't got a dog called Win. So there's no excuses, is there? And on that note, guys, I'm going to jump out of here because if this goes on I could go on for hours and hours and hours, and I'm sure you guys would enjoy that. But I've got a bit of a sore throat, I ain't going to lie. So I will be back on Sunday with my match reaction. Hopefully, Hannah, Manchester United fan, will be joining me for that. And of course, I will be on Lee Gunner's channel for a fan cam as well. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. Until then, I'm going to get out of here. But just to answer your question quickly, Megan, no, I don't. No, I don't. Just cigarettes. Just cigarettes. Agreed, we have to beat United, otherwise it's curtains. I agree with you here. Saliba, Partey and Rice injured, and it's game over for us. Exactly. A dog called win. Maybe you should get a dog called inverted. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Big up yourselves.